Okay, cool. Been a minute, but ultimately not too long. What was it? I think it might have been a week actually. Yeah. So I think the last thing I think I was talking about was like work possibly, but maybe I didn't even dive into that. Because what happened was, I think right after I got done recording, or maybe that was the week of, or I don't even know. But I went from working for Fairly Odd Parents at the Burbank Studios for Nickelodeon. It was a live action sitcom remake of the Fairly Odd Parents. It's like a reboot, right? And I went from working there to the show called New to This Planet. It's actually just a pilot for the show. And it was in the same building, same studio. And then I ended up working for Danger Force, spinoff of Henry Danger. Also in the same building, in the same studio, but on the other side, or we shared the building, right? And they had been filming in the same building as us since I've been there shooting Fairly Odd Parents. Thing is that they had been shut down because of COVID twice when I got to Fairly Odd Parent. Like I said, we shared the building, so they were shut down, but we weren't. We didn't have access to their sides and their stuff to the building. We did share some parts of the area and like the turnaround and some parts of the building, but ultimately we didn't interact with the crew or cast of the other show. Yeah, they get shut down twice as soon as they get to the Fairly Odd Parents. Like it's a day and then they get shut down again. But I'm working in the same building and for two different shows almost, and it's like, we're fine. So then I start working at Danger Force, right? Now I'm on the other side of the building. I got access to the whole shebang. We come back, it's a new year, new job. It's great. I work for a whole week and then we get shut down and not supposed to be coming back till what's supposed to be next Monday, tomorrow. But I ended up getting asked to come back for Friday on Thursday. So I come back, I test on Friday morning, do the rest and test and work the whole day. The next day, yesterday, Saturday, we're shut down again. Might not be coming in on Monday. So crazy thing is that literally just happened before I put on the microphone. I came out here, well, the longer story is that I decided to do this today, and I came out here to do this at a different location, to try a different location. But there was very many people at that location, and that location is at least two or three different locations that I could actually shoot. And this one is home base. No one really here. I don't mind people watching me from up there. People down there on the path can't really see me or hear me. It's very tranquil. I like it over here. So I ended up coming back here and setting up shop. But as I was setting up the cameras, I went to go pull out my microphone and I realized I had a phone call that I missed. But ultimately, it was a job offer for a production assistant at Disney for Bunk'd. Also through my friend Shari's recommendation. I haven't even told her yet. I literally just had this. I called the lady back and I was like, yeah. You know, other show's been shut down. They need me for Tuesday, so I'm not even coming back for Monday. I can only see that they're going to be shut down for at least 2 weeks. I also got the booster shot last Tuesday, so like it's a whole thing. It's really out here. But yeah, you know, I'm aware it's real and things are happening. But regardless, I need to work. So I said yes to this Disney job, you know, this Bunk'd, and my friend Shari had worked there, so, you know, I know it's gonna be good people. And I'm pretty sure, from what I remember, it's gonna be all women. I know there's nothing wrong with that, but that's something to know. That's something to take into consideration when you want to go into a job. Like people that you will be working with potentially and the environment that you will be working in. So there's that. But Disney is dope to have on a resume. Are you kidding me? Thing is, I'm trying to get closer. Crazy thing is, I had to have a week off after the week that I worked for Danger Force. I ultimately ended up setting up a bunch of meetings to talk to people. So I ended up talking to the homie, Neil, producer, attorney, music agent, freaking all around Renaissance guy, DJ, probably killing stand up if he did. I don't even remember if he did it, but I'm pretty sure he could. Get Neil Sampat, the OG homie. And then also Haley, Sterling K. Brown's assistant. Also well-rounded person, like she's the sweetest, nicest, most dedicated, hardworking, efficient, and dope person. She is always willing to help, even if it's just to talk, you know? She's definitely the homie. And Sterling himself. It was like, Tuesday? And I was also getting back in the gym. Like solid 2 weeks just to try to do. I was gaining weight. Wasn't feeling right physically. Got back into the gym, boost up my confidence. That's the thing. That's how colorful the week is, honestly, is I had a date on Monday, and it was chill. I honestly had stood this girl the night before, just because I had a really tiring week. The week before, it was like a dank week. So yeah, I KO'd. We were supposed to go out that night, but it didn't work out. You know, luckily she was still somewhat cool about it, and then we ended up hanging. That was dope. Kind of just getting out the house and like meeting somebody and seeing somebody again, just from being inside all this time is nice. So I guess yeah, it was cool. Then Tuesday I had that meeting with Neil. I really just kind of called him, talked to him, let him know. You know, he ended up calling me back later that night. The whole conversation, told him what I was up to with Cuffed and the short film, and me working for Nickelodeon and all this stuff. Me moving out to downtown LA. And then yeah, he goes into telling me that he had a chance to produce 2 features already, or at least he produced one. He's in the middle of producing another. He's over there on the East Coast for Philly. I met Neil at a viewing that showcased Sterling's film called Waves a couple years ago. Dope film, really spoke to me, brought tears to my eyes, especially Sterling's portrayal of the father in that movie. And met Neil there, kind of hit it off with him. We were talking for hours in the parking garage. Told me a lot of things, confidence, what's the worst that anything can happen if people say no. Like, you know, just kind of go with a vibe, don't be afraid, just kind of people are people, you know, people are gonna be how they are, but that can't stop you from doing stuff. And he was just hearing me, and he ended that conversation, from what I remember, just saying, we should meet up again, and you'll know when you need me. You'll pretty much know when you'll need people like me, is what he was saying. Like, I was still in school, so for the most part, he just hears potential, like a huge amount of potential. Music agent wise, he's Kehlani's music agent. That's pretty cool. I make music for fun, so it's like really cool to have that in the back of my head. But ultimately, from what he sees, it's like, you know, films, like the potential to do film, and that's what he wants to do. That's what he wanted to do at the time. That's what ultimately we've been able to flourish, and just budding into seeing what we can really do, what we really want to do. Test our limits, test our boundaries in the industry, and like what we can bring to the table. Then I was able to bring him to a couple of the events that were happening through the Academy Gold internship. Again, like after that, I was able to kind of talk to him and be like, yeah, so that's pretty much what I can do for now. I mean, like I was still in, like I said, I was still in school. I still don't really quite know what I can do to reach out to him. I don't think I've reached the point where he said, you'll know when to reach out, you'll know when you'll need me. Because he reiterated it again when I brought him to the internship. So, and it's been dope, because that's years ago, and I was just talking to him last week. So it's really great to be able to network and follow through and actually make those connections and strengthen that, revisit, kind of talk. So then I was able to talk to Haley on Wednesday, and she was great. She was at Sterling's house. She was telling me that Sterling's wife, Ryan Michelle, she is filming her own show that she's a part of for NBC on the East Coast. And Sterling's also doing his show, This Is Us, but also about to shoot another show for Hulu, but also taking on all of his responsibilities for his production company, Indian Meadows. Like, he's reading scripts and like trying to get these stuff, you know, follow through. She's also helping read scripts, you know, helping him with that. Kids are in school, so he's got a lot of things going on, you know, and she's ultimately there to help out in any way that she can, any way that she's willing, any way that she's able. And that's, you know, what's so dope about her. She was doing all that other stuff, you know, doing stuff with her own life, and still, she was still making time to speak for me for about an hour or so. That was dope. So again, I updated her on everything, you know, told her about everything with Cuffed and Nickelodeon and Burbank and all that stuff. And so she asked, you know, what is there that I can do? And I told her similarly to what I told Neil, because ultimately I did send Neil my resume. And, you know, it's a renewed resume that I fixed up with my past bosses from production coordinators. And because Neil's got a job out here coming to LA potentially, so it'd be dope. You know, I told him don't hold back, you know what I'm saying? Like acting, production assistant, yeah, I got a resume with PA experience under my belt, so you know it's not gonna be too hard for you to throw the lob anymore. Similar to what I said to Neil's, what I said to Haley. I said, yeah, I got PA jobs on my resume, so like I would love to just get closer to you guys, closer to y'all, Paramount Studios, even if it's not This Is Us in particular. If I'm closer to you, that makes all the difference to me. I feel like just kind of through growth and the connections that I had made when I was able to visit This Is Us a couple of years ago. I'd love to pursue and engage about now, especially if I'm trying to get on this TV show directing vibe. I think I love that. The director of the episode that I visited, the vibe that he gave, and the entire day, the entirety of both days that I was there, loved it. I loved the energy, and I know it'll never be the same because it was literally 2019 pre-pandemic. But if there's a time where things ever get closer to that, that is exactly what I'm looking for and doing. I want to keep doing that for as long as I can. But he's the OG because he was dope, making him laugh. He was making me laugh. I was as close to the action. I met Omar Epps and stuff. 3 black men in the industry, forces in the industry throughout history, made history, our history. I was standing right there next to him. That's all I'm saying. Super excited. I'd love to get back there. Love to be back there and get a little bit more taste of that energy. But also I feel like I could really help now that I have the experience of a PA. Even if it is production assistant experience, just being over there, even if it's with him or his production company, Indian Meadows. They know what I'm trying to do, or at least they know what I'm about, and they know that I'm in the process of figuring out what I'm trying to do. And as of right now, I was able to tell them that, TV directing, the DGA programs and the directing development mentorships, I finally was able to dive deep into them. And a lot of them aren't like, a lot of them either have passed their application date or their websites haven't been updated since 2020 or 2021. Some even like 2019, 2020. There's a couple of things is that I will ultimately have to be waiting until the end of spring, summer, or fall to apply, which is fine because the film's not done yet. It's very close to be. It could be done totally, completely by the end of February, but the earliest director's development program or application, the deadline is February 6th. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get CUF done in a week or two, or at least I would actually, it says for a lot of the applications to have at least 3 samples of work, and I think I might wanna focus on getting 2 other samples of work that I wouldn't mind submitting as directing content. My name as the director. So I gotta work on all that stuff anyway, and it gives me a motivation factor to do things. Because ultimately, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make that deadline. So I did the research on all the ones I wanted to. Warner Brothers, Viacom, HBO Access, Warner Media Access. There's the Milestone program where it's like animated TV shows for, adult animation. But DC specifically, like all the black comic book characters in the Dakotaverse, Static Shock and Static Shock. Gosh dang. What's the, if it's not coming, Icon, Sidekick. I don't remember, but I really fuck with Static. So I looked up to that program and, just animation and TV animation in general, like trying to go all out. The cool thing is a lot of them, or a few of them, you don't have to pay to apply and it's online stuff. And I think it'd be dope. 2 letters of recommendation. If I can get Sterling and or Lenny Gardner, that'd be amazing. That'd be so dope. That'd be, oh man. That'd be dope. To get like a general letter of recommendation from those guys, that'd be sick. The Warner Brothers Television Directors Development Program right now, that's the one that's due February, and that's, in reality, I might have to wait till 2023 to do that one if they have the program again, just so that I'm better. I'm in a better position to get accepted. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe I need to talk to somebody. Maybe I need to talk to somebody that might know better. And all I need is somebody to tell me to just fucking do it. We'll see.